Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, we are hosting the Periscope Speak On It panel discussion. I'm your host, Shamara Scruggs, your rating is Jacksonville 2016-2017. This panel discussion is brought to you by the Department of Health in Duval County, partnership with the VW Project. We have Miss Emily Bracken, Miss Alicia King, Brandy Williamson, and Kadisha Adams. So today we're going to talk on a few segments. The first segment we'll speak on is my body, my changes, puberty, and period. So the first question I want to ask the panel in general, what is actually happening with my body during puberty?
Okay, so what's happening with your body during puberty? So I actually teach this session. So you have your pituitary gland that's in your brain. That is what tells your body, hey, let's start puberty. That's what tells your body, your hips to start spreading, the hair to grow up underneath your arms and in different places on your body. That's what causes you to sweat a lot more. And that's when your mom or dad may tell you, you're smelling yourself now. You can put some deodorant on. So that's what gets your body started when you start having your period. So your period is when your eggs leave your ovaries, goes into your fallopian tubes, into your uterus, out of your vagina, and you see the blood. Oh, she's like, ew. But that's what happens. So that little egg is not what you can't see it with your eye, but it's small enough that that's the lining of your uterus that's coming out. That's your puberty. That's when your body's saying, you're growing into a young woman. Is that simple enough?
Absolutely.
And
I think she covered it, absolutely. So, Miss Emily, what would you say is normal during your transition of puberty?
I think some of the things she said, you would expect to, get the body hair, you would have changes in your breasts, you become larger, you start to notice you have hips, you might not be able to shop at Limited 2 anymore. Do they still go to Limited 2? I don't know. Yeah, the things she mentioned pretty much.
Absolutely. So, Miss Alicia, how can I maintain healthy hygiene when I'm on my cycle? Can I take baths?
Yes.
You would encourage to take baths, of course.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. Okay. Well, can I say something? Now,
absolutely.
Okay, this is my stickler with bathing. How many body towels should you use when you're taking a bath or a shower?
2.
Okay, why 2?
One for your body and one for your face.
Thank you. One for your body, one for your face. Because what's going on in between your legs and then your behind, you don't want to put back in your face. Okay? So 2 different towels. So what I always strive to tell people is use a dark towel for your body and a white towel for your face so you can never mistake. You don't want 2 dark blue towels and every morning you got to do a sniff test to see which one was used last night. So dark towel for your body, white for your face, and then when you use a white towel for your face, you can see all the dirt and gunk that's kind of coming off so you know that you clean your face well. Okay, that's my soapbox. I'm done.
Absolutely. So we're going to move over to the second segment where it's sexual matters, abstinence, sex, STDs, unintended pregnancy prevention, intimate partner violence. So Ms. Kadisha, I'm trying to maintain, but is it realistic to be abstinent?
Absolutely. Okay. It is realistic to be abstinent. A lot of times we think that all of our friends, everyone in our school are sexually active, and that is not true. It's important to remember that people will say things to make themselves look a certain way. However, what they're saying may not always be true. They may be repeating things they say on TV, maybe something a cousin or a friend may have told them. So yes, it is realistic to be abstinent, and yes, it is important that you take your sexual health in your own hands. So make sure that you're making choices for yourself and not based on what you see on television, what you read in a book, and what your friends and your family members are saying to you.
So, Miss Alicia, what would you define as the blue waffle? A lot of people are trying to see what is that, or at this age, what do you call that? Like, how would you define the blue waffle?
I'm gonna let Brandy answer that.
So, Miss Brandy, how would you define the blue waffle?
Dirty. Okay, I'm gonna go back one step. Okay, because Ms. Khadijah did a great job answering that question. But what we define as abstinence, just so we're clear, is not engaging in sex, but that sex includes oral, anal, and vaginal sex. Okay, so some teens may say, "Oh, I don't have sex." If you are engaging in oral sex with this mouth to penis, mouth to vagina, that is sex. You can get stuff in your face, in your mouth, in your eyes. You're doing little, get it in your eyes. If you are having anal sex, you can get it in your behind. So now with blue waffle is not a disease. It's just two different diseases mixed together with a tint of blue. So it looks like human papillomavirus, which is genital warts. Do you guys eat broccoli?
Yes.
Cauliflower? That's what it looks like in between your legs. Yes, honey, yes. That's exactly what it looks like. So just imagine that on you, in your face, in between your legs, in your behind. There you go. Now the thing with HPV is that you could have it in your body, on your cervix, which sits in the back of your vagina, not know it. And this could cause possibly cervical cancer. So this is why we definitely promote abstinence, because then you don't have to worry about it. But once you start engaging in sex, then you have to start getting different tests done to make sure you're not at risk.
So in a sense, in other words, please just wait until marriage, in a sense, because there's a lot that comes with that. Okay, so Miss Emily, how can I be intimate with my boyfriend without giving it up? A lot of girls may have been experienced, but yet they don't want to give it up in a relationship. How could they not give it up even though they have a boyfriend?
There's other ways you can be intimate besides doing it. You could just spend time together, do other things. You could suggest other activities. Make sure you're with somebody that values you and your body. If you're with somebody that, tries to say like, oh, if you love me, you'll do it. If they really love you, they would respect you and your wishes. And I don't know, Brandy, do you have anything to add?
Put a what?
Ring on it.
Exactly.
Wait a minute, we all ain't wearing no rings. I'm mad. Ain't nobody up here got a ring on. Dang. Put a ring on it.
Absolutely. So we're going to move into our last segment, which is entitled Building Healthy Relationships, Interpersonal and Professional and Self. So a few questions that I have for the panel. What defines a healthy relationship? Ms. Khadijah?
It's definitely the way that you treat each other. A lot of times we have to define how we want to be treated, and we have to let people know the way that we want to be treated by actually showing them how to treat you. Sometimes people yell. Have you ever had friends that they yell at each other, they fight, and you think, how are they friends? And then the next day they're right back together, and you think to yourself they should get away. But it's not always a healthy relationship whenever you're talking to that person, you're yelling or you're hitting or you're fighting, or you just have an argument about something. So when it comes to a healthy relationship, it's what you define as a healthy relationship. It's how you communicate with each other. That means talking, whether it's in verbal or written form. And it's how you see other relationships. You may have had a relationship within your family that you want to define a healthy relationship from. So it's basically what you're doing to define your relationship. Do you guys have anything you want to add to what a healthy relationship looks like?
I think to me, a healthy relationship is how you make me feel about myself, whether I'm with you or away from you. So what are you saying to me that's building me up? So I already know I'm fine, I'm beautiful, I'm big and beautiful. I am dark Godiva chocolate beautiful. So, but what is it that you're saying to me? So when we're together, do you make me feel confident? Do you build me up? When we're around each other, do you kind of embarrass me? Can I be around you and have my phone and you not look through it? That's healthy. If I am sneaking through your phone, that's unhealthy, because that means I don't trust you. I don't trust who you are. Being in a healthy relationship is also Don't put your hands on me. You're not my mom. You're not my dad. Don't put your hands on me in a way that my dad got to come looking for you. But that's also vice versa. Young ladies, don't put your hands on these young men. Not every person was raised to not hit back. So as young women, remember, not every guy is going to hold back. You hit him, he may hit you back. Keep your hands to yourself. That's what Whoopi Goldberg said. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't put your hands on anybody else if you don't want them to do that to you. But, and like Ms. Khadijah said, in communication, y'all shouldn't be cussing at each other. You would be, you this, you that. It should be positive communication. And if you don't know what that looks like, look at your parents. Now, if they don't represent that for you, then that's a conversation you have with your parents. Hey, I want to know what a healthy relationship looks like, but I can't tell because John and Harry and Tim, they all coming through the house.
Is what you get back. So if you're saying to whoever your spouse is, I hate you, you're this, you're that, then eventually you'll get those things back. So the way that you want to be treated, you treat other people that same way.
And I just want to say, with communication, like both these ladies have said, you have to first start with yourself. And you have to respect yourself. And then when you respect yourself, people will learn how to respect you. Once you respect yourself, then you can give respect, and then respect can come to you.
And so, Emily, what advice you can give to the youth and girls if they have a boyfriend and their parents told them not to spend time with them? Like, how would you encourage them to respect their parents, even if their parents told them not to hang out?
You just have to remember that your parents, they love you and they have a reason for taking care of you, and you just need to respect them. I know it can be hard. Also, communication. You could talk to your mom, be like, why don't you want me to see him? Why is this not a good idea? And just make sure you have that open communication between you and your parents, just like you would in any other relationship. And it might get better, you never know.
And so, you want to go ahead and ask?
I can add to it, but what she said is correct. Your parents have a reason for telling you not to see certain people. Sometimes it's hard to back away, but if you do want to see certain people, ask your mom or your dad, can we go out as a group with mom and dad there? Can it be friends there? Can it be a group activity instead of just you being alone with another person? Because maybe you don't need to be alone with the person your age.
So to the panel, when do you believe it is too soon to have a boyfriend? What ages?
Maturity plays a big part.
That's true.
You need to know when you're mature enough to handle a relationship. A relationship is more than just you having a boyfriend at school that you can call on. Emotional stuff happens in a relationship. So if you're not mature enough to handle that emotional part of a relationship, it's probably not the best thing for you. So you have to decide that with your parents, of course.
I think for me, it's you as an individual. If I was a mom, it would be, let me look at your grades. Let me look at how you are on social media. Let me see, is the same person who's in my house the same person that's being seen in social media? Can you maintain what I need you to do? No, you can't date if you coming in my house with C's and D's. You need to be dating your books at that point. And then it's who is the individual you want to date? Do they have C's and D's? Because I don't want you with no dummy. So I need you to be with somebody just as intelligent as you are. So if you can show me trust and that I can trust you, if you go out somewhere, if I tell you to come back in before the street lights come on, that doesn't mean when they're flickering. That means they are on. You in the house, they're on. But if you can show me that you're a trustworthy person, then okay, we can see. We can do little things. We'll go out. We'll sit at a table. You go to Olive Garden. I'm gonna be looking, making sure I don't get too close. We'll be at a faraway table. But if you conduct yourself as a young lady, your partner as a young man, then you'll get a little bit more freedom. But your grades come first. These little peanut head boys ain't going nowhere. I promise you. They're gonna get finer when you get to college. When you start making that $50,000, they look even better then. So you got time. Wait. It's not that serious. I promise you.
Amen.
Listen to us. We all over 30. It's not that serious.
Amen.
Oh, she's lying. She's lying.
And I just want to say too, oh, you gonna say something? Okay. Well, I just wanted to say, you have to set priorities and goals and dreams. And a lot of times when you're in a relationship, sometimes that can cause a conflict if you don't have everything together. If you have a dream or goal, you set your goals and dreams. And when you have a relationship, sometimes there are conflicts with that. If you look at an athlete, they start off, it takes a lot of work, you're in school, you're doing different things, but to bring a relationship into it, sometimes it causes a lot of extra. So you gotta take that into consideration. You wanna go to college, you want a certain kind of job, you wanna drive a certain kind of car, you wanna live in a certain neighborhood. Take all that into consideration before you consider having a relationship. You all may go to church or you have different civic groups or activities that you're into. So take all that into consideration if you can add a relationship to that.
Absolutely. And so we're going to move on to the last question of this segment. And Miss Emily, what if my boyfriend always wants to know my every move and texts me all the time, checking on me? What should they do if they're in a situation like this?
Well, for one, that's a red flag. A lot of times if they're like that, it's because they're insecure with themselves. So they feel the need to control your actions. That's not a good thing. I would say get away from them. I mean, you could talk to them about it and let them know how you feel. But if they keep doing it, it's gonna get worse. It could escalate. A lot of times it starts kind of as like verbal violence. It can get worse. But those are all kind of red flags in a relationship, I would say.
Is there any questions for these individuals up here? Any concerns? Okay, well that wraps up. Please log into Periscope and follow us at Speak On It. Thank you.